Hi, Lyndon Heffernan from the Academy of Off-Road Riding. We've stopped here because we're going to work on hills. And hills are a place where you can really get into a lot of trouble. Great fun when you get up a hill, it's a real challenge, but there's a lot of techniques and skills that go into hill riding. I guess the first thing to talk about is throttle control. Most people will use too much throttle on a hill. You want to keep the bike in the low part of the power band and use the clutch to control the rear wheel speed, because traction is what gets you up that hill. Also really important to get the right gear. First gear is usually a bit revvy. If you can get up the hill in second, you'll usually find it'll be easier. If you do start to bog down in revs, you can slip the clutch or you have the choice to go down to first gear. I guess the next most important point is momentum. It's no good starting at the base of a hill and having no run up. If you can pull your bike back a little bit, maybe go back around the corner, get a little bit more speed, that'll definitely help you to get up the hill a little bit easier. Body position is critical on hills. You need to make sure that you keep the front wheel on the ground. The minute that front wheel climbs off the ground and your bike doesn't steer where you want it to go, you can't keep it following the line that you choose, you're going to get in trouble. So we lean forward on hills and we push down through the foot pegs to try to get that weight onto the rear wheel, remembering that we're using the clutch to control the traction to the rear wheel. Now, line selection, you can't be too critical on the line. Sometimes you're going to get bounced off tree roots and rocks and stuff on really technical hills, so you've got to go with the flow a little bit. But at the start of the hill, you want to have a good look and make sure it's clear. If there's someone else stuck on the hill, there's absolutely no point even having a go at the hill. Wait till the track's clear, pick your theoretical line, and if you're still moving, then just keep fingers on the clutch, keep your weight forward, and keep going. If your progress is halted and you get stop on the hill, it's really important that you don't pull the clutch in and grab the front brake, because you'll sail back down the hill. You've got to remember to put your foot on the back brake so that back brake will anchor you and stop you on the hill. Usually what I do then is just turn the motor off, get off to the uphill side of the bike, turn the bike around, go back down and have another go. It's very, very difficult to get started on a steep hill. It's usually quicker and easier to just have another go. I'm not revving the guts out of it, got my weight forward over the front of the handlebars. I'm using the clutch, you can hear the bottom end of the motor, and I'm just letting that clutch dictate the power to the rear wheel. Downhills are a place you can really come unstuck. Consequences can be pretty nasty. Two main things with downhills: keep the wheels rolling and stay standing up. The other important thing is try to pick a line, but again, like uphill, sometimes you're not really going to be able to guide the bike exactly where you want it. You've got to allow the bike to go sort of where it wants to go, but point it in the right direction if you can. So when you come to a downhill, make sure you haven't got any momentum as you go off the top, because it's very hard to decelerate on a downhill. So come off the top too quick, you're going to come down too fast. It's going to be really hard to actually take back that speed. Once the wheels are locked, you have no steering and your suspension doesn't work very well. So that's really the main thing here, is brake control. Feather the brakes. Okay, by all means apply them, and you've got to use both brakes. No good just using the back. Your front's your best brake, but the minute or the instant that those brakes lock up, you've got to release them and keep the wheels turning so your bike will go over the rocks and steer its way down the hill. Body position's also really important. Make sure you get your weight back as far as you can and really grip the bike with your legs to take the load off your arms, particularly on long downhills. They're a lot of fun, but there's certainly a place that you need to make sure your technique's spot on and make sure you get that body position right. I'm gripping the bike really hard between my legs so that my arms don't get tired, and I'm leaning back and I'm just really mindful not to lock those wheels, letting the engine brake, the front and the rear brake all working for me to keep the momentum down.